Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for? I watch people get stuck in Frozen, and that breaks my heart. I was once stuck in Frozen too. The greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people.
To honor, Gigi and Sophia, you both were here last week and you came back this week. So my question to you before we get into introductions is, why did you come back? You were here last week, you got some feedback. Why be back again this week? Sophia, let's start with you.
Well, first of all, because I love the experience of someone giving you feedback in a different way, and everybody watching, and it's good experience, but I loved it.
Awesome. So what I'm hearing for you is you're coming back for the feedback, because what does feedback mean to you?
It means it gives me an insight on how to improve something, or maybe I didn't notice something that was already good, and you guys said, oh, this was good, Sophie. So that's what I like.
Yeah, so I'm hearing it means acceleration. It means you get better. And if you get better at sales and influence, what does that mean for you in your life?
It means my life improves in every way, personally, money-wise, every way.
It means more money, more magic, and less time. Yes?
Yeah.
Awesome. And so Gigi, how about for you? Why are you back?
Well, I'm not sure I could top that last little explanation, and also feedback from you to kind of clarify what she was saying, because I would say exactly the same thing. I love the experience of being able to get comfortable with the exchange, and also the up-leveling of where we're going in a certain amount of time, and to get actually as much out of that time as possible, where the other person also feels heard. I think that so many of those components are, the more that you massage them, the more that they work really well. But I'm also interested always in flow.
Yeah.
So if flow can happen, and a lot of things can get accomplished in a small space of time, I love it. So
I love it. That's amazing. And and I acknowledge you too, because the thing also with coming back is, those who are in front of me, those who I get to see, those who I see the improvement. We are the people that advocate for you in positions. So by coming back and continuing to improve in your skills, and I get to say, when you apply, hey, Gigi has, shown up. This is what I see each week. This is as much for you and your advancement in your career as well, by continuing to, come back and show up, because, these are broadcasted on our Facebook group. So potential employers or potential entrepreneurs get to actually see you in action and see if, you possibly align to someone that they want to hire. So I acknowledge you both for, returning and coming back. And then I want to lean into an acknowledgement of my dear friend, Mr. Frank Clark, who we met. When was LBI weekend? What month was that?
I think that was June, wasn't it?
Was it June? Yeah, because I don't think I had gone nomadic quite yet.
No, I think it was June-ish. Yeah.
So
it was cold. That's what I remember. It was cold in the ocean. Maybe it was May. I don't know. It was cold.
Well, when does summer? Well, summer ends in LBI Memorial Day weekend, so it had to be after that.
It was September, I think.
Was it September? See, the whole year is just a month.
It was September, because I met you right before you left Vegas.
Okay,
Yeah.
September. There you go.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because it definitely wouldn't be cold in June, and there would definitely be a lot of people there. So, but when Frank and I first met in LBI weekend, we connected instantly. He is an extremely successful entrepreneur who is in the like refurbish. Is it like what's the space like refurb? Is it mechanic wear? Like what is the
What I do is I buy up electronic factories. So if there's an electronic product that you've ever used in your life, if it's your car, if it's your appliance, if it's your cell phone, I probably had something to do with how that product was built. Because I've retrofitted and outfitted almost every electronic factory in the world with equipment to build printed circuit boards.
So he's really fucking smart. That's what.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
He's really, really smart.
Wicked smart from Boston. Yeah. Wicked smart, yeah.
And incredibly heart-centered. And I really feel so honored and privileged that you are here today because, you know, I witnessed at LBI weekend, you are in such a high level of support of women and their success. And I always think it's really powerful when a man comes on and is from his heart lovingly because he cares, like shares feedback for women and how they can get better at sales and influence. To me, that makes a huge impact in the world. And I felt your heart at LBI. We connected deeply with there. We even shared meals together. And now for you to be here, you know, offering feedback to our, you know, women here and women, you know, that we're going to get to place in sales opportunities really means a lot. So thank you for being here.
Well, thanks, Bella. I appreciate the invitation. You know, as you said, we had a great connection in Long Beach Island, very heart-centered. I've been a CEO for over 34 years, and I've hired lots of salespeople, hundreds, if not thousands of salespeople over that amount of time, over 6 companies that I've owned. Almost all of my salespeople are women, and I've had great success with hiring women salespeople, and they're very, very heart-centered, and they're very trusting, and they're very nurturing. And that when we talk about the formula and we talk about levels of influence, having emotional rapport with somebody is so important. And women can tend to get there faster than most men. Not that, you know, guys can't get there as well, because I've had a lot of successful men who's also worked for me. But I find it's a lot easier. Women tend to stay in the company longer. They have more longevity. There's more loyalty. Just in general, it's been a great experience for me working with women in the sales roles. So I'm glad to be part of this particular Real Raw because I know that's the focus on it. And, you know, you're here with Bella, who is a queen she's a sales sorceress and is highly successful at placing women in sales.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Frank. All right. So, you know, because there are introductions but we're going to do introductions a little bit differently today. And so in your introductions, I want you to say your name, where you're at, and what does sales mean to you? So answer the question of what does sales mean to you? And so we'll have Gigi, we'll have Sophie, and then we'll reintroduce Aliba again. So Gigi, let's start with you. Where are you from and what does sales mean to you?
So I am originally from New York and moved to California in the 80s and absolutely love it here. So sales for me is really a conversation. It's a conversation that gets people involved and engaged in where they want to go, where they may be at the present moment, and they may feel they want to access. So it really is a conversation that encompasses, that brings in a lot of information. It also allows people to get to know themselves a little bit more, get to hear and clarify what it is and where they're going.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gigi. Sophia.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm Sophia. I'm from Mexico City. And sales for me is leadership in every sense of the word, like not only pushing boundaries, but willing to believe in yourself and in the person you're talking to. That's what sales is to me.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. And then our amazing Real Raw coordinator and role player, Miss Liba from Las Vegas, Nevada. What does sales mean to you?
Sales means connection, helping people get one step closer to what they want to get, whatever it is. And sales is really just a way of life, because everything we do ultimately is sales. It's just how we view it. And it's really helping people get what they need.
Ah, I love that. Helping people get what they need. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. And so today we're going to dive in. Since both of you, Sophia and Gigi, you've had the opportunity to look at some opportunities with the line that you're interested in, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So today, what you're going to do is you're going to choose one of those opportunities. So whatever it is, and you're going to role play a 3-minute conversation, hello to yes conversation, as it relates to that offer. So you'll tell Liba who you want her to be. So as an example, Gigi, you might do, the love offer. So you would set Liba up as that, she's someone who's looking for a love coach. And then you're going to role play your hello to yes 3-minute conversation. And then we'll get some feedback from Mr. Orange Frank Clark. And then Sophia will move over to you and we'll provide feedback for both of those. So, under the table, I have a 1 or a 2. Miss Liba, is it a 1 or a 2?
2.
It is a 2. So Miss Sophia, you get to choose whether you would like to go first today or if you would like Gigi to go first today. You're on mute.
Gigi's gonna go first.
All right, Gigi, are you ready?
I am ready. Absolutely.
Okay. So since we have a little bit more time today because we had several people that didn't show up, I'm going to actually allow for a 5-minute conversation to allow a little bit more space to really see, what kind of, rapport that you're building. And so this conversation for this may look like, you're calling someone that has, applied to one of their ads and you're going to set up a longer conversation. So this is just a 5-minute conversation to see, if they're interested in having a longer conversation with you about the particular offer that you're applying for. Does that make sense? Uh-oh, Gigi, are you there?
Yes.
Uh-oh, I think you froze for a second.
Hello?
Hello.
Now you're good.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so whenever you're ready, take us in with Liba.
Okay. So, hi, Liba. Thank you for
Wait, who am I?
You gotta tell her who you want her to be in.
Okay.
I forgot
So,
that.
okay.
You need
So,
to spell
Liba,
it? Want me to do this?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's start over because I forgot to have her set Liba up.
So wait, Gigi, who am I for you?
Yeah. So, Liba, you are someone who has seen the website and the programs that we're offering. And you have been looking for the one and feel very kind of dismayed by all your efforts. And now you're looking for answers. So you want to look into the love coaching programs.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, whenever you're ready.
So, hi, Liba. How are you today?
Hi, Gigi. I'm good. Thank you so much for getting back to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I see that you filled out our form online and you're interested possibly in some of the programs that we offer. And I was just curious if you can share with me a little bit about your journey and what brings you to those programs and our website.
Yeah, so basically over the past few years, I've been trying to, a lot of my friends are getting married and I've been trying to find my guy and he's like, it's just been really difficult. And so I'm just looking at different avenues and ways and wondering if sometimes maybe it's something about me that I need to fix, which is why I'm not attracting the right person. And so then I came across your website and saw like what you guys do and thought this is like another option that I never thought about. So I don't really know much about it, but I just saw it as another way.
Well, great. So I heard you say that it's been difficult for you, and it sounds as if possibly it's brought up some emotions for you. Can you share with me some of those things that you're feeling at this point, and how does that really make you feel, to feel that your friends are getting married and you might not be finding the right person for yourself?
Yeah, it makes me, it's kind of hard to put into words, but it makes me feel like sometimes I wonder if I'm doing something wrong, if there's something I could change that I'm not aware of. Because we all, we were all the same, we were all similar, and then slowly they're going off, getting married, having babies, and I'm just like, what can I do different? Like, what am I not doing that's
Right.
not happening? And so really, especially now with all the holidays happening and everyone's with their families and with all this COVID stuff going on.
Well, I can understand. It sounds like there might be some confusion, and it also sounds like there's perhaps some clarification as to what direction you might want to go in to actually succeed at finding the right person, and maybe have the tools. Do you think that that would actually help you and make you feel more clear about your journey and to find someone?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
What is it that you guys do exactly?
So what our program offers are tools, and we actually have coaching. We have once a week mastery programs where we present you with those tools and you get to practice those tools. And it's over a 12-week period. And we have many success stories. And by the end of 12 weeks, along with the coaching, there is a sense of clarity, and you along your journey are continuing to actually go out there in ways and show up in ways that are very effective, and perhaps maybe you didn't even think that would make a big difference. Most of our clients say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so great. That means like I'll see you at my engagement party in 12 weeks.
I would say that that's a possibility. We've had that happen.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty
So yeah, energetically, that can actually create what you're attracting people into your field. You actually have the tools to be able to sustain a relationship, to feel confident. And that is really what most of our students do say. They feel extremely confident. And
Wow. And what makes you guys different from other companies?
I would say that the personal touch, that we customize our coaching programs, and we allow for people to be able to ask the questions along the way that really may get them to the next level of their confidence. So it is a very effective program, and I would love to set you up for an appointment so that we can do a little bit more discovery. I can give you more information about the program. Would you like that?
Yeah, I definitely would love that. That sounds really interesting. That's pretty cool.
15 seconds.
Thank you.
Well, it was a pleasure to talk to you today, Liba.
Thank
And yeah, I'll send you my calendar, and we'll schedule another appointment and get you more.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you as well.
Awesome job, Gigi. How was that for you?
It was good. It was good. I felt like I had enough time to actually nurture the conversation, and yeah,
Beautiful.
great.
So we'll head over to Transference and feedback, but I do want to let you know we're having the same audio issue we were last time. You cut in and out. So that is, before you hop on an account, that is something you're going to want to figure out, because if you're doing Zoom calls and the audio is not great,
Yes.
that's an impact. So definitely
Yes.
get that. So other than the audio, let's go over to Mr. Frank Clark for some feedback.
Well, Gigi, I thought you did an amazing job. Amazing job. The level of questioning was fantastic. The energy between you and Liba was great. There was a lot of synergy there. right out of the gate. You definitely had what I would say some great listening skills, because she did talk about difficulty to find the right guy. Her friends are getting married, and is there a problem with her? Do I need to fix myself to get somebody? And you brought those points right back up again. So you definitely affirmed that you heard her. Talked about there was a lot of validation in what you were saying to her, which I think is an important part of getting rapport with her, to the point where she was more conversational about it. I think that, you explained the programs really well, and there's obviously a lot of passion and definitely some clarity and confidence about what you do and the program that you did. I would have liked to have seen what we call a little bit more of the heroic, unique identity. How do you bring yourself into this? Not just your program, but what is maybe some personal experience, or some people that, maybe have experienced the exact same thing as Liba, so that she wouldn't have had to ask, what's the program? If you had said, this is kind of what we've seen in the past. This is when somebody came to us and said, their friends were all getting married. This is what we did. And maybe a little bit about you personally. It would have been great to know a little bit more about you and your experience and what you bring to this field and why you're such an expert. But overall, I thought it was outstanding. I thought the flow went really, really well. You stayed within the time limits. If I had to score this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm definitely giving you a 9.4.
Oh,
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and then I will circle back around with some feedback and some role play in just a minute, since we have the extra time. But before I do that, we're going to hop over to Sophia. Sophia, who do you want Liba to be?
Okay, Liba has a 9-to-5 job and wants to create her online business. So she's exploring that. She saw like an ad, about creating her online business, and that's where we're at.
Beautiful. I'm excited for this. I love this offer.
Okay.
All right. All right. So whenever you're ready, take it in.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Liba, this is Sophie. I know that you booked a call with me. I'm excited to talk to you. How are you?
hi, Sophie. I am good. I am super excited to find out a little bit more of what's going on.
Of course. Yeah. Actually, that's what this call is for. Sandra and us, what we do is we help women, build their online businesses. So today, the call today is to find out if we can help you achieve your goals. So let's dive into that. Tell me, what you're needing help with now with your business.
I think really just going from the role of being an employer to being a business owner and owning my own business, and having to structure everything, how to create the time blocking for it, where to get the people from, because I can't take them from my job, so I have to figure out where to get my audience from, and really just also gain I have a little bit of that imposter syndrome, and I don't think I'm good enough, so I need to gain that confidence as well, because I know I'm really good at my 9-to-5 job. I crush it there, but I know that I could do better than that, and I don't want to work there all the time. So when I saw your ad, I was just oh, this is me. This is what I need.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So let me just ask you this, what inspired you to want to build your own business if you're already talented, like you said, in your 9-to-5? What's your motivation?
To have financial freedom, to have freedom of time, because when you work at a job, you get paid even if your salary, you get paid for the hours that you're there, versus if you have your own business, you are in control of that. And that's
okay. Okay, so you talked about financial freedom. What does that mean to you?
Honestly, for me, I want to do a lot of stuff that don't pay money. And so if I have that income, I love to help and to give back to people. So if I know I have that other stream of income coming in from somewhere, I could do what I love to do that doesn't necessarily pay money and not have to worry about it.
Okay, so you want extra income so you can help others. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, do you have an idea of how you want to help others? What you want to share with others?
I like to give, like now actually I volunteer at a food bank. And I've looked into it a couple of years ago to like doing nurse. I'm a nurse also. So to like do Nurse Without Borders, which is in another country, but they don't really pay much. And so in order to do that, you have to have that financial backing as well. But just in general, there's a lot of things that, you know, I feel like I can do, and sometimes I do, but if I knew I had that other income, I'd be able to do and give much more to people that are in need.
Okay, cool. So like creating your online business will give you the freedom to help other people. That's right.
Yeah.
And like, what would you like to create in your business? Like in your business, what do you want to share with others? Do you have an idea about that?
Yeah, something along the lines of I do a lot of sports. I'm a huge advocate for like sports and mindset and health, and just kind of to combine all of it together to show people that, and I kind of do it a little bit on my social media right now, but it's not like anything that's paying, just to show people that they're capable of doing so much more like what they think of. You know, one girl called me up and she's like, I never work out because I'm not that perfect fitness model. And then you always come on and you're like, just get outside and go for a 10-minute walk, drink a cup of water, like simple, basic stuff to do. And she's like, I started doing it and like, I really feel so good now. And so if I could get that, like access so many more people, I feel like there are people out there that need this and they just don't know where to find it.
30 seconds, ladies.
Okay, cool. So I definitely think that I can help you, Liva. We would have to map out like a plan and, you know, talk about this further. So would you like to have a longer call about this?
Yeah, I definitely would. I need a lot of guidance in this area for sure. Definitely.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
But yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Well done, ladies. Right at the 0 mark as we're ticking to 0. Well done. Well done.
That was amazing, Sophia. Great job. And so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Orange for his feedback.
Well, as Bella said, Sophie, it was great energy. It was outstanding. Again, like Gigi, I can tell that you guys have been on this show once before. So you definitely paid attention the last time, because I didn't know what you did last time, but I can definitely see that you're using a lot of the skills of influence. And from that standpoint, it was amazing. You did a fantastic job. What I love really at the beginning was you have a lot of fun energy. You know, there's a great smile on a Zoom call. You can see it, you can feel it. You lean in when you talk, and you just have a very fun presence. There are 4 energies that we try to get to, but you always maintain a lot of the fun energy throughout the call, which is really good. I think it lightened Liba up as well, makes her feel more comfortable. I really enjoyed that. I think that, again, your level of questioning was deep. It was concise, and questioning is how we get people to talk about their emotional, their pain, right? And I thought that you did a great job at exposing a lot of that pain. I think you had lots of access points to jump in though, and just build on that. Liba would mention her pain. She'd be like, I can crush it in anything I do. Those were her words. And I love that because my podcast called Orange Crushing It. So I love Crush It. She's like, I'm good. Okay. But then she mentioned things that are important to her, like the food bank and nursing and sports. And you had those are great access points to jump in and talk about that specifically. Any one of those would have been, you would have reached Liba at a much deeper level. I also felt that you didn't really explain what you do. Again, the questioning was great, but who are you and what does your company actually do? There was a commonality at the very beginning, but the depth of what you really do, I think you have, especially given this 5 minutes here, to do that. I think next time, try to time it so that, after you've gotten that emotional rapport, that then you work into who you are and what you do and what's great and how it applies to any one of the things that Liba gave you the access points for. Okay. But again, fantastic job, great energy. You ladies are amazing. I'm going to score this at an 8.9.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Orange.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And so you are more than welcome to stay if you would like, but I'm actually going to get into influence mastery. So since there's a group of us, I'm going to actually take this opportunity for some teaching moments. I'm going to lean into what influence mastery is, and then I'll actually do a role play. So Frank, you're more than welcome to stick around if you would like. And if you have other things that you would like to do and other impacts in the world that you would like to make, you are free to go as well. So I will leave that up to you.
Well, I'd like to just, I guess I'm gonna bounce then, but real quick, I want to thank you for letting me be on the show today. I appreciate working with you ladies, really do. One of the beautiful things about the Real Raw is an opportunity to connect. And, so take advantage. I'm going to leave my stuff on here, but also take advantage and make sure you understand on how to get a hold of everybody that you're on here with. And if you've heard anything that really resonated with you, take the opportunity to reach out to that person and say, hey, I really want to learn more about what you did there, because this is what we're here for, is not just to learn, which is great. And you're in unbelievable, capable hands with Bella and Liba to learn incredible stuff about Unblinded, the formula. These ladies are masters at teaching it. So enjoy the rest of the time that you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the movement. And again, have a happy new year. You're in great hands. Thanks, ladies, for letting me be part of your day.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it.
being
Thank you,
here.
Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
New Year.
All right. So, so I'm going to lean into the formula that Frank talked about and that we talk about at Unblinded. So this is a formula that was created by Sean Callaghy, right? And you guys have heard me talk about him before. Is everybody with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing it from frozen screens. I just want to check it.
Yeah.
And so, Sean, when he created this formula, when he first created this formula, right, he was right out of high school, right out of college, not high school, right out of college, and he had built and sold a 40-person law firm in his 20s, right out of college. Sold that, and then built another 120-person law firm. And in that law firm went from startup to $250,000 a month within 3 months, right? He was one of 2 attorneys that has won a top 100 national jury verdict. And now he teaches this formula where people are going from like 6 sales meetings to like 650 sales meetings. So the formula actually works, and it's an influence. And when I came into Unblinded, because we had already hope Sophia comes back, because we had already had this like heart formula within online sales. And what I noticed with what Sean was teaching was it was what I was doing and what I looked for in salespeople, but I didn't have a formula for like what it was. And so when I came across Unblinded and I learned like this formula, I was able to put into an actual formula, into a technology of what I look for in sales professionals. And so I'm going to share with you what that formula is, what influence mastery is, and then I'm going to show you what that is at play. So when it comes to influence mastery, there's the 4-step communication model, there's the 4 energies, and there's the 10 indispensable elements, right? So we add a line, in our communication model, I add an extra step into there to make it the heart formula, because I love doing everything from the heart. And so the heart, the H, is just like being here, being present. Like, so when you come to the calls, when you come to a sales meeting, like you've let go of anything else in the outside world and you've brought your presence 100% right here with that person to make that heart connection. The second step is the emotional rapport, the creation of emotional rapport, which both of you did a phenomenal job. So Sophia, with the questions that you asked, you really like dug in there. There was definitely, for both of you, there was a great deal of emotional rapport, and it's that heart connection that you make with someone within that first, couple of minutes of a conversation. The 2 is asking questions. So getting people from pain to yes. Sophia, you did a phenomenal job at asking questions. Phenomenal, like really digging into the pain of her situation of starting a business. And Gigi, same with you. There was a significant less amount of questions, but you still did ask some great questions. And then Frank spoke into conveying your unique identity, or I say like revealing the solution, right? Revealing that you have a solution to their pain. And then the last step is, is a transformational agreement formation or agreement formation. So, here at Align and Unblinded, we don't use like pitch, hook, or close because nobody wants to be closed. That doesn't feel good to anyone. And so it's really about coming to a transformational agreement formation because transformation in somebody's life does not happen without the yes. So that's the communication model. Now within that communication model, there are 4 energies: Zeus, goddess, aspirational, and fun. And I like to put these in reverse order because I always say that fun opens listening, right? Like everybody wants to talk to someone who is fun, who is full of energy, right? So fun energy opens listening. The aspirational energy is what gets people to trust you, right? So aspirational, they trust you, they're inspired by you. Goddess energy gets them to love you. And then Zeus energy, because Zeus energy is about certainty, and certainty is what creates people to want to follow you. Meaning like they will follow you where you lead. So fun energy opens the listening. So fun is like, hi, how are you? Like great energy. You both had phenomenal energy right from the gate. And so listening was opened for Libra right from the very beginning. And then, the aspirational energy is what like gets them to, trust you. The goddess gets them to love you. And then the Zeus energy, which is your certainty in conveying your solution and conveying your unique identity. Your Zeus energy, your certainty energy is what gets that person on the other end to trust you with the decision that you're making. Any questions on that piece so far?
Yeah, like the sales energy is it like the leadership in the call also, or no?
The which energy?
Oh, she said Zeus.
Okay.
The Zeus energy.
Leadership. She
Is
said
the
leadership.
leadership in the call? Was that your question? Did you ask Sophia if the Zeus energy was leadership? Is that what
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like Zeus energy is like your level of certainty, right? And it's your level of certainty that the solution that you're offering or where you're leading this person, that you are 100% certain of where you're taking them. If there is any bit of doubt, right? If there's any bit of doubt in the solution that you're offering, that will be felt, right? And so Zeus doesn't always mean loud, right? Like you can be very certain and like, you guys are going to be great sales professionals. You're going to be top of your field. Like I'm certain of that, right? So it's just that certainty, that like kind of flag in the ground. So great question, Sophia. So then there's 10 indispensable elements in every sales conversation. And all of these are weaved throughout a conversation. And so number 1 is a scarcity. So it's integrity-based scarcity. What integrity-based scarcity is not like fake scarcity of, there's only, 2 spots left when, there's 100 spots. Like that is not integrity-based scarcity. But what might be scarcity is like, what is at stake? So, Gigi, if we're talking about a love offer, right? And they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm thinking about this. And so what could be at stake is, do you want another year to go by without having the love of your life? Like that's integrity-based scarcity. That is like, there's something at stake. Matching and mirroring. So matching and mirroring comes in and matching like somebody's energy, right? So I obviously have a lot of energy, right? I come to a conversation and I'm like, hello, like Bella's in the house. So, however, if I was getting on a call with Gigi, right? So Gigi is very grounded. Like your energy is just very grounded, very certain. And so, you know, I would show up to that call matching that energy. I wouldn't come in like, hello, Gigi, like, how are you today? Because that might like, you'd be like, you know, who is this woman? True or true? Uh-oh, you just muted yourself.
Okay, thank you. It's true sometimes, and at times I do actually like the fun, you know, I mean, there are times when I'm in a situation that I may not be too certain of, that I'm a little bit more composed or I'm a little bit more or less out there. But then there's always that somebody is having fun and it brings me into that energy and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, so I can feel that. So now matching out, like I might like now go into matching and mirroring that energy.
Perfect.
And like having fun. So that's the thing is like, you want to match where people are at and then bring them to where you want to go. So we might not start off the conversation with that. The next is acknowledgement. So acknowledging, Gigi, you did a phenomenal job at acknowledging Liba. There was like a point in the conversation where you were like, where it really like, sometimes acknowledgement doesn't have to be a bunch of words. It can be an emotion, a feeling. You were like, which really was like, made her feel heard. So your acknowledgements of Liba, like what I heard you say, your reflections of like, you know, so what I hear you say is, you did a phenomenal job at acknowledgements with Liba. Amazing.
Thank you.
The next is love. So just, you know, showing up in love with boundaries. Level 5 listening. So both of you, level 5 listening is you're listening for what is not said. And you know, what might be underneath something that they said. And Gigi, you did a phenomenal job with that as well, listening for, you know, what was underneath what Liba was saying and reflecting that back to her. Number 6 is emotional and energetic transference. And so the emotional and energetic transference is kind of like, you know, also what we were talking about, Gigi, is, you know, bringing you, you know, when we talk about like the fun energy is taking people where you want them to go, and really like your energy, how you show up is a transference to other people. And so you'd be mindful of the energy that you're bringing present, because that will be a transference on whoever it is that you are speaking to.
Right.
And then reciprocity is, you know, you are, you know, you're giving as much in the conversation as you are receiving, if not more. Number 8 in the indispensable elements is the power of questions, which I believe is like the key to any sales and influence conversation. And Sophia, like your questions were incredible. Like you really asked a lot of deep, meaningful questions, and your questions were incredible. Validation is validating how someone feels. So validation is, I hear you, I see you, and what you say matters, right? And so in a sales conversation is, you know, if somebody, if you know, if you're on the phone with someone, Gigi, and they say like, you know, I just don't believe love exists, and I don't know if it's ever possible for me in my life. So validation might look like, you know, Gigi, like, I understand that it, you know, you've probably had some challenges, you know, in the past finding love, and I can understand where, why you might feel like it's not possible right now. It's validating their feelings. It's making people not wrong for their feelings. And then the triad of congruence comes into agreement formation is, you know, when you're authentically communicating your offer, is that what you are offering is congruent to what it is that people are looking for. Does this make sense? So I want you to keep, any questions?
Oh,
Oh, you muted yourself again.
I don't know if the internet cut out or not. It seems like that sentence was complete for me. Can you hear me?
It's cutting in and out, so I'm not. If you have a question and you want to post it in the chat,
Can you just talk about the validation part again at the end? You were saying it has to be congruent.
yeah, so validation is validating how someone feels. So the example I gave is if, you know, you're on the phone with someone and you know, someone just says like, you know, I've tried other love coaches and I just don't think like the love coach will work and I just don't think I'll ever find love. Validation might look like, you know, Gigi, like I understand how you might feel that way. I understand that, you know, it's been a trying road for you. And I understand how, you know, you might have a little hesitation with trying another love coach to get your result. And I'm sorry that's been your experience. So you're not making someone wrong for how it is that they feel, right? So that's a validation, is really truly validating how someone feels. Right. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to keep your notes in front of you. And then Gigi, I'm gonna role play the same conversation with Liba. I would do it with you, but because the sound is in and out. So I'm gonna be you in that sales conversation. And I want you guys to keep you know, this in front of you and to see where each one of these, where all of these levels of influence actually all come in, okay? All right, so I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. And Liba, are you ready?
I am. So we're doing the same thing I did with Gigi.
Correct, you're same person looking for love. Okay. Hey, Liba, it's Bella from Love Institute. How are you?
Hi, Bella. I am good. A little tired today, but otherwise okay.
A little tired today. You didn't stay up too late last night, did you?
I did. I stayed up a little late, a little later than usual.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully you were doing something fun.
Definitely. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, good. I'm glad that it was a lot of fun. Well, I know that we, you know, don't have a lot of time here, and this probably wasn't a call that you were expecting, but you had replied to one of our ads, and I was just wondering if you had a few minutes to chat.
Yeah, totally. I'm all yours.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. You know, you replied to one of our ads around, you know, looking for a love coach. And so what has you looking for a love coach right now?
So I've been having like, I have, well, right now, I guess because I'm a little sleepy, so it's not my, but I'm very loud and I'm very dominating sometimes and have like my own personality. And so then I just kind of meet people and scare them off in a way, or become friends with them, like jump into a friend zone. And so then I saw this whole love coaching thing and I'm just like, what am I missing? Maybe this is something that could help me.
Gotcha. So I'm hearing like friend zone and scaring people off. And so let me ask you this, like when you think about like scaring people off or scaring, you know, men off, I'm assuming it's men. When you think about scaring
Yeah, it's men.
It's men. Okay. So when you think about like scaring someone off, like how does that feel to you?
It makes me wonder like what I'm doing or what I'm saying, because I think I'm a really fun person. I don't think I'm intimidating in the least bit. But then I meet people and some of them will actually tell me like, I was so intimidated by you when I first met you. And I was like, really? From what? Like, I'm just like regular normal person, but nobody's normal. So, you know.
Fair, that's fair enough. No, but nobody's normal. So what I'm hearing is like, you feel like you're showing up a certain way, but like the feedback that you're getting is like, that's not technically like how you're being received. Would that be fair?
Yeah, definitely. Also, culturally, I think from where I come from plays a huge role into like what I do, how I act, who I am. So I think that that is like a huge part as well.
Yeah, so some cultural dynamics are playing a part, which I can totally understand because, you know, we all have like different backgrounds and, you know, sometimes our culture doesn't align with who we want to be, you know, right now. So that definitely makes sense. So let me ask you this, like, what do you want to experience? Like if we were to wave a magic wand, like how do you want to be received and what would you like to experience in the department of your love life?
Wow, that's a really fun question. Just someone that's like my best friend that's always there for me, but that we connect on a much deeper level. You know?
That is so beautiful to connect and be with your best friend. And like, if you were going to sum up your life with your best friend in like one sentence, how would you describe it?
I would just say like flow, like everything just flowed. Everything just went. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy because nothing's easy and every relationship takes work, even if like people are best friends. I know there's still work involved, but when it's just going in flow, and I have some relationships like that with some friends, it's just like so beautiful. Everything just kind of like figures itself out, sort of.
Gotcha. So in flow, so having that, meeting your best friend and it being in flow is definitely something that we could help with. Do you have like 30 more seconds for me to share like how we work and then we can schedule a longer conversation?
Sure.
Yeah. So, you know, Liba, what we are best in the world at is helping people find their best friend. We have helped, like, if you look at, if you've seen our website or you look at the wall behind me, you will see how many people that we help find their best friend every single year. And I am 100% certain that we can help you find your best friend this year. So, you know, we don't have time to do that right now, but you know, would it be of interest to you to dive into what that would look like so that that could be possible for you in 2021?
Definitely. I would need to freshen up, get some good rest, be bouncy back. But yeah, that's definitely something that would interest me for
Beautiful.
sure.
So let's pick up this conversation tomorrow. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right. So Gigi, what did you notice? You're muted.
Yep. Yeah. So I guess I noticed that there were a lot of great questions. There was a lot of mirroring. There was a lot of acknowledgement. There was a lot of love and understanding and validation. And then, of course, there was the wrap up of, I know we can help you achieve your goals.
Yep. That is the Zeus and the conveying the unique identity. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Sophia, what did you notice and take away?
I love like your certainty, like in every step of the way, and how you were leading like deeper and deeper and deeper. Like I love that completely.
Yes. So was coming back today valuable? On a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable was coming back today?
10.
10.
Awesome. And why?
Because of this like closeness. I loved it.
Yes. Well, both of you did a phenomenal job. And again, I really acknowledge both of you for coming back, because I will tell you, it really speaks volumes in my world. And I will do everything I can to advocate for you in your dream roles, just because you continue to show up, you continue to receive feedback and coaching, and, you know, and a shout out to Liba for, you know, making sure that they are here today, because, you know, you making sure that the people are here makes a difference in their life. Like, you have contributed to Sophia and Gigi's life today in them being here. So thank you for, you know, coordinating and for helping, you know, these two wonderful women, and really it will be an honor and a privilege to help you find your dream roles in 2021. So
Thank you, Bella.
all for
Thank you, Bella.
Thank you, Liba. Thank you, Liba. You are, I want you to know how appreciative you are. You are so recognized. You are the other half of the magic that happens on these shows. I love the way that you open yourself up and you contribute the role that you play. It's just awesome. And of course, Bella, for you being the leader and the tiger that you are, you're amazing. You really help to break things down in ways that are very digestible, very powerful, very impactful. And I
oh, you cut out.
I think you got cut off. But thank you so much, Gigi. That's so sweet of you. We lost you, I think, though.
All right, gals. Thank you so much. Have a magical, amazing Trajectory Tuesday. So much love.